my name is Pooja, so I'll be your counselor for today. But before starting the session, I just want to inform you about our confidentiality part. So whatever you are sharing with me, or all your personal data and your information, will be safe and it will be between us. We are not gonna disclose it at any cost if any legal thing happen. And of course, before disclosing your information, we're gonna take your and ask your consent. And second thing is, if we need or if we feel like to refer you to someone else, then again we're gonna ask before disclosing the information. We're gonna ask your consent. So this is our consent form. You can read and sign it out if you are agree. And if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Okay, can I get a pen to
Yeah,
sign
sure.
it? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Thank you. I don't have any questions for now. And I signed this form. Thank you.
Thank you for signing it.
And
So yeah, Prachi, right? So what brings you here today, Miss Prachi?
so, I'm actually here because my brother referred me to you. He wants me to talk about what I've been feeling and going through the last couple of months, and just want to get like a third perspective on how I've been doing like this past year, and yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay, so your brother referred you here, and you think he thinks you have some issues. Yeah, you are going through something, right?
Yes. So he thinks I have a drinking problem, and I should really work on it, and that's why I'm here. Basically, that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so he thinks you have a drinking problem.
Yes.
And what are your opinions about it?
So I'm in kind of in the middle about this. I obviously it takes a lot to admit that you do have a drinking problem. I don't even think I'm there. I'm quite there yet. So yeah, I'm just sometimes I feel like I'm just having fun, and it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this. But yeah, sometimes I feel like yeah, it is a problem, and if my brother has said like, oh, I should talk to someone about this, maybe he's right, and maybe I should seek a third perspective on this thing.
Okay, so you really don't think about it as a problem, but at the same time, you feel about like, no, there is an issue with, right?
Oh yeah, you can say that for sure.
Okay. So, when, as you mentioned, you drinks a lot, right? So, when did you start drinking?
Um, so I actually remember the exact date. It was a birthday. It was like a birthday party of one of my friends. And that was in 2022, like the beginning of the year. If I'm not, yeah, that was the beginning of the year. That's when I had my first shot, and before that, I had never, had even a sip of alcohol or any alcoholic drink, not even beer or like, I wasn't even big on energy drinks. So you can imagine it was like quite a big step for me, just jumping between that. But yeah, that's when I drank for the first time. Yeah.
So, when you drank for the first time, what was your reaction? What was your feeling and thoughts at that time?
So at that time, I really liked it. So everyone's first time is different, and I had fun. Like it was good. Like I imagined. I had always imagined it to be good, and it was that. But yeah, but at the end, at the end of the night, it was a completely different story. Like the night turned around like pretty quickly. Yeah, so actually, it was like I actually vomited by the end of the night, so maybe I had too much to drink, and yeah, so that's what happened on that day.
Okay. And you just mentioned you always imagine it will be a girl.
Yes.
So you always wanted to try alcohol, or you have like fantasy? What about that?
Yeah, so when I was, I'm an international student by the way. So when I was back in India, I always talked about wanting to try alcohol with my friend group, and day, actually, everyone was like, it was a pretty fun thing. We
Mm-hmm.
were kids. We always wanted to. One of my friends joked about that she wants to try like every single alcohol, like, whatever is available. And so, yeah, when I got the chance to try it over here, I jumped on that train really quick. And yeah, it was always like a fantasy, like a fantasy of mine. Okay, I should try it, see what's the hype about, see what everyone is, why everyone is so into this thing. So that's why I initially started drinking, I guess.
Okay, so you always wanted to try it since you were a child.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
But
that's true.
have you ever tried drinking at your country?
No, so the legal age, drinking age in India is 21, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I left my country when I was yeah, when I was 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, it was, yeah, there was no way I could get alcohol as like a teenager, and I was still underage, so there was no way. And I couldn't even ask anyone around me like that because we lived in a pretty conservative area. So yeah, girls drinking would have been a big problem over there, And to be honest, I didn't want to drink when I was in my school life, And I wanted to experience that for the first time when I went to college, and I did exactly that. So yeah. Hmm.
When it started, when you said I always wanted to try it, do you have any experience about it, like your in your family, or you watched movies about it?
Yeah, so like I watch. Obviously, I grew up watching a lot of Bollywood movies,
Mm-hmm.
and it always shows that whenever the hero or heroine, they drink and they have a good time after it. And yeah, I always wanted to see like what the hype is all about. Nobody in my family drinks. Yeah, like I said, they're pretty conservative. They don't even drink at any like family gatherings or functions or stuff like that. But yeah, but I would say that I was pretty influenced by pop culture, and I really wanted to try it. And like my peers, my friends, back at my home, they also used to talk about wanting to try it, just to gain like a new experience. And yeah, and that's why I initially got into it. Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned you are an international student and you never tried this in your own country because of legal age,
Yes.
right? And after coming here, uh, when you started after the year and you just arrived and you just started drinking.
No, no, no. It was not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I came here in year end of 2021. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at first it was like a whole new country for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to adjust to the life over here and meet some new people, find a place to live. Yeah. And initially it didn't even cross my mind to drink. I had that thought in my mind, okay, maybe once I get settled, maybe and I found like a good friend group, maybe I will want to try it with them. And but initially when I was first over here, later I did not try it on my own. I met a couple of people who introduced me to it, and yeah, that's how it started. Hmm.
So you usually drink with your friends, not alone.
Yes, that's true. I don't drink alone, and yeah, I don't drink alone, but I would say that I have had, maybe my friend is in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they have had, a couple of shots already, but and they are not up for, doing more. So that way I have drank alone, just, but they are already kind of intoxicated just to get on the same level
Mm-hmm.
as them. I have tried alone, but usually I drink with my friends, and when we go out, just for weekends or parties or stuff like that. And yeah, and that's when I have like most of my drinking. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. So whenever you went with your friends, so you always wanted to drink, or is there any incident when you don't want to drink it but you have to do it?
So most of the time I do want to try it on my own. I feel like it's a pretty good stress reliever for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just helps me relax, helps me become more open and more friendly that way. And yeah, most of the time I do want to try it on my own, but there are times when when you're in a certain situation and a certain group of people might offer something to you, right? So if you want to stay in that place, or you want to mix up with that group of people, you can't really refuse a drink, in my opinion, in that case. So I'll, it honestly, it changes their perception of how they perceive you, right? So if I want to fit in with that group, I would usually have a drink or two with them, right? And yeah, there has been several incidents where I didn't want to have a drink, but just to not disappoint anyone or be a party pooper, yeah, I had drinks even when I didn't want to. Yeah. So you can say it was because of, kind of because of peer pressure. Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, is it because of peer pressure, and sometimes you don't want to drink it, but you still have to do it because you wanted to be in a society and with the same level,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's certainly true. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like the kind of people you sit with,
Mm-hmm.
they usually, they overanalyze everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say that, oh, I'm not up for it today, maybe they'll
Mm-hmm.
gossip about me or some shit, right? So yeah, that's always a factor just to fit in. Yeah, sometimes you do have to drink even when you don't want to. Yeah.
So have you ever tried denying to them, or yeah, never, it never happened?
Yeah, so I have tried denying, like on multiple occasions actually, but most of those time, the thing is, whenever you're with a group of people and you deny, right? Most of them, they gang up against you. So they are like, oh, no, 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 you should have one, you should have one. So it feels rude saying no to them, just because they are pleading so much, right? And they start cheering you on, right? So yeah, it feels a bit weird to say no then. But yeah, there have been times when I was strictly firm, like, this is my limit, I can't do more. And yeah, and it was, I definitely, yeah, there have been times where I said no. Yeah.
So how was that? How was your feeling that time?
At that time, it was definitely weird for me because I felt bad on my own, like, because all these other people were having fun and they wanted me to have fun as well. And I always thought, okay, if someone wants me to drink, maybe they want me to have fun like that, just mix up with them like that. And if I say no to them, I feel guilty, okay, yeah, I feel guilty, and if I say no, at the end of the day, maybe I'm thinking, oh, maybe that changed their perception of me. So I actually remember this one incident. I said no to someone, and we met again a couple of days later, and they told everyone who was present over there, that you shouldn't really pour out any stuff for her because she doesn't finish it, right? So yeah, that really kind of blew me off over there, and that really ruined my mood. Yeah, so yeah, that was one incident where I said no. Yeah.
Okay. So after that, you never said no.
No, no, no. It was not like that. I did say no after that as well, but there was this experience that always stayed in my head, and when the frequency of when I said no, it certainly reduced. I would say that. So if I'm like very high, and I can't walk back home or something, then only I would say no. That this is my limit right now. And but yeah, that incident really impacted me. It stayed with me, and it really impacted how I consume alcohol, like, actually. So yeah, you can say that.
You also mentioned stress. So you drink because you are stressed, or you drink because you want a pleasure.
Um, yeah, I guess everyone drinks for a little bit of both of the reasons, right? I wanna Initially I started drinking because I wanted to have fun and just be myself and enjoy with my friends. But later a couple of stuff happened in my personal and professional life, and that's why I started drinking as a stress reliever. It actually put me to sleep early,
Mm-hmm.
and it helped me sleep actually. Because if I was not drinking, I was staying up till 5 or 6 a.m. and since I had classes the other day, I would miss my classes as well, right? So yeah, that really impacted me, and just to get just to get my sleep cycle back on the way and forget about everything that's been going on, I started drinking just as a stress reliever. Yeah.
Okay, so you usually drink, or you use drink as a stress reliever, right?
Yes, that's true. Mm.
You also mentioned you are a student.
Yeah, I'm a student.
How is your student life? How you are doing with the academics?
Yeah, my academic life, yeah, my university life, it's going quite well. I started my degree in 2021, so I'm enrolled in a 4 year program right now. First 2 year of my classes, they were online, and so that went pretty well. Yeah, like I couldn't really talk to a lot of people when we had online classes, but since I had that convenience to turn off the or watch recorded lectures, so that really helped me excel in my classes, and yeah, so those 2 years were pretty good, and this third year, like from last year, I had to start going to colleges and attend lectures offline, and yeah, it was good meeting new people, seeing faces of my classmates like that, but it was completely a whole different experience from online learning, and I met a lot of people, and university life, lots of students party a lot as well, so I mixed with a couple of people like that, and they introduced me to more kind of, yeah, like substances, you can say that, and yes, and I actually tried weed from one of my university friends for the first time, and yeah, that's how I first started, and yeah.
You, so you are also doing weed.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So yes, I am actually.
Actually, I'm happy to hear like you did good in your academics despite of all the issues and problem. As I know you are an international student, and I can imagine the stress level you are having right now. But still, you are doing good. I'm happy about that.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you're comfortable, may I ask you, you do drink or weed at the same time, or you do one first and one later?
I usually don't prefer mixing them because my body doesn't handle it well. But yeah, there have been times when I've tried both of these things together, and I learned my lesson the hard way. It was not a good experience, and usually I prefer to do it one thing at a time, and I alternate between things. So honestly, I have like little phases, right? So last year during summer, I had a alcohol phase, and later in winters I had a smoking phase, and yeah, that's how I alternate between my phases like that, and I usually don't mix these stuff. Even when someone offers, if I'm drinking and someone offers me weed, yeah, I usually refuse because yeah, I just tell them this is not gonna go well for me, and some people are understanding, some people are not, but that's a boundary I have set for myself. So yeah.
Happy to hear that you set your boundaries so that I can just do this one, not more than this, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so apart from this, your academy, do you work?
I'm not working at the moment. Um, so honestly, I had a job till last month, and I was working there for more than 6 to 7 months, but they had to let go of me. Um, and right now, I'm currently looking for more job opportunities, and so far, I have not had any luck in that sense. Like, I'm still looking. I'm actually registered with a couple of agencies and stuff like that, applied to a lot of places, but I haven't heard back from any of them. And yeah, my professional life, it's not really at the best place right now. Yeah, I'm like I'm anxious all the time about how it's gonna go, how my future is gonna look like in that regard. But yeah, yeah, that's always there. Yeah.
So you recently lost your job.
Yes, I did. Mm.
So after losing your job, so you're drinking and smoking. habit would remain the same, or you increased it, or you decreased it? What was that?
So I would say I definitely increased my drinking, my drinking frequency after I lost my job. First few days were really hard, and yeah, I was drinking even in the morning, right? So that was really hard for me, but I've tried to reduce it down. I'm still pretty stressed about how my professional life is gonna look like and what's gonna happen, if I'm gonna find a job or not. Actually, I was also looking for a co-op in my field, and I didn't find any, summer or work opportunities like that. So yeah, I had a thing in my mind too, like I don't know how this is gonna go. But after a certain time, like I realized that this is way too much, and I actually broke down and I confessed to my brother that this has been going on in my life, and what should I do about it? Yeah.
Okay, so you are stressed for your career and stressed about your work. You are not getting enough opportunities right now, and but you are pretty concerned about your career, right? And you have some plans. It seems like you are goal oriented, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you also shared it with your brother. Have you ever tried sharing it with your other family members?
Not really. I can't even imagine doing that right now. Actually, my brother and I, we are pretty close, so we've been brought up together, like we've been brought up together like that. We shared everything, and I feel comfortable sharing everything about my personal life with him, and he does the same. And I had that trust in him, and that's why I talked to him about what's been going on with me. But with my other family, like my parents, they are like a typical, middle class Indian family. So, as I said, like nobody in my family drinks. So, if I mention like I'm having this problem right now, okay, so I would imagine they would react very badly, and yeah, so I don't think I want to add that stress into my life right now just to worry about their reaction. So yeah, I have not talked any of my problems with my family back in India. Yeah.
It seems like you are pretty close with your brother. Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. So, before drinking, what was your coping strategies?
So before drinking, I was before drinking, I would say that I had a pretty strong mindset. Yeah. So I usually procrastinated, like yeah, like everyone does. So I would focus on one thing at a time, and one thing which is the most immediate. So let's say I have an exam tomorrow, so I'm just gonna worry about that at the moment before that, and just focus on that right now. And that really helped me cope, and just deal with everything one step at a time, and just put everything else in the background and just deal with one problem at a time. So that really helped me a lot. And back in India, when I was not drinking, right, I had a couple of very close friends who I was very comfortable sharing with how my life was going. My brother was here in Canada, so there was a time difference, so I didn't really get to talk about everything that's been going on before I came here to him. But yeah, during that time, I was really close with a couple of people, and I felt comfortable sharing what's happening, and that's how I cope with stress. And let's say if and one more thing, like let's say if I felt really bad, I would just go out of my house, and just take a long walk or something. And if I'm feeling particularly bad, maybe I'll take a out of the city trip or something. Yeah, that really helped me forget about everything that's going on, and yeah, that helped me cope with stress as well.
So you like to share your problem with your close friends and brother, and you like traveling. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
that's true.
yeah, we can consider it as your pleasure activity, right?
Yes, that can be a pleasurable activity for me for sure.
Yeah, you really enjoy traveling.
Oh yeah, I love traveling. Yeah.
So after coming here, how many times you traveled?
Um, yeah, so I don't have a car on me right now, but yeah, I would say that I've seen a lot of things, but nearly not as enough as I would have liked. Like I've been to Niagara Falls and Brampton and Toronto for sure, and yeah, I really liked all these places. But like Canada is so beautiful, right? There's so much to see, and yeah, I want to explore more and go out more and just enjoy myself. Yeah.
So you explored pretty good things, right? And what is your the favorite place?
My favorite place was oh, Toronto has my heart. Yeah, Toronto has my heart. Like
Yeah.
that just feels like a second home to me. I don't know why. A lot of the people, Toronto people, they complain about living in Toronto, but it actually feels very nice from outside to me. I don't know if I would like if I if I was to move there permanently,
Mm-hmm.
but right now it's very beautiful to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you explored pretty good things, and before drinking, you travel a lot, but after drinking, you tried traveling, or you just stopped traveling?
I'll tell you the problem with that. If I go, travel and I'm
Mm-hmm.
drinking on the way,
Mm-hmm.
you always have that stress at the back of your head. Okay, how am I gonna go back home, right? So I always felt like that really cut down my consumption
Mm-hmm.
because I was worried about how I'm gonna take care of my friends, like the people who are with me, how I'm gonna make it back home. And in Toronto, you can't even find trains after a certain time,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so that was always in my head. So yeah, so I usually drink when I'm not traveling. Yeah, that's true. Just to not have that tension in that back of my mind. Yeah, that how am I gonna get home, because I've had some Uber drives in which I was drunk, and I had to take a Uber from Toronto to Oshawa, and that was pretty expensive. So yeah, so that really taught me a lesson. Okay, I'm not doing this again. Yeah.
When was the last time you traveled?
Last time I traveled, it was on New Year's Eve actually. um
So after starting your drinking problem, right?
Yes, 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 yes. So my drinking problem, it started it's like the serious commencement. It began in summer of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I went to like New Year's Eve of 2023, right? Yeah, that was the last time I traveled.
So did you feel the same way when you travel before drinking, or you feel like, yeah, there is something like it changed. I'm not feeling enough. I'm not feeling enough pleasure, or I'm not satisfied enough while traveling. I need drink.
You know what? I thought that whenever I went with a friend, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I thought that maybe I would be bored, because I didn't have anything to drink. And I had that thing in my mind, okay, maybe I'll go over there and I'll find a bar or something and I'll grab a drink, okay? And I actually took a vape with me, like a vape pen with me over there. And but the thing was, I completely forgot about that once I got there. And it was very crowded, and we watched the fireworks. It was very good, and I didn't even think about taking that vape pen out of my bag and doing that. So I was just so involved in the moment, and it was just like such a symbolic thing, right? A new year is beginning. Everyone is out there with the family and friends. They're enjoying. It was just like positive vibes, and I was just in that moment. There were a lot of international students over there. They were actually dancing. Me and my friend, we danced for a bit over there as well. So yeah, I didn't feel like I need to have alcohol to enjoy myself on that particular day. So I wouldn't really say that my experience changed. I would say that I enjoyed it like on a norm. If I enjoyed it like as I normally would, if not more, like it was completely like a beautiful experience. Yeah.
So you forget about the drinking and smoking part that day because you were in moment.
Yes, yes, yes. I didn't even think about it. Even my friend with me, she didn't even bring it up. So yeah, both of us were like in that moment, and we just had a great time that day. Yeah. Mm.
So what do you think? like where is the problem? Like your brother think, yeah, you have a problem, and what you think?
Mm, yeah, like I don't know about this. I'm confused. So the thing is, sometimes I feel really bad about everything I'm doing right now, because I, yeah, my brother knows that I drink, yeah, that's always there, but my parents don't, right? So I always have that guilty feeling in my mind that this isn't what they sent me to do over here, right? And this is what I'm indulging in right now. Maybe I'm not doing it willingly sometimes, maybe I give in to my, like desires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bad desires. You give in to your temptations and you just have a drink, right? So sometimes I feel bad, and sometimes, yeah, it's so the other day, I've had some pretty bad hangovers. Like when I had something to drink the other day, the next day I would feel really bad about myself and what I'm doing, and yeah, so that really impacted me, and yeah, so I'm kind of on the fence about this. Like I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
So you know the issues. Where is the issue? What is the issue? You feel guilty about it. Like you shouldn't do that,
Yes, yes, for
right?
sure. Hmm.
And at the same time, you know your coping strategies, right?
Yeah, you can say that. I definitely feel like I can use some activities like
Mm-hmm.
for example traveling, as a diverting thing just to
Mm-hmm.
take my mind off of alcohol or everything that's been going on. But yeah, there are times when drinking is certainly easier than all the other options you
Mm-hmm.
have.
Yeah.
And like I told you, my sleep schedule, it's really bad right now, and so yeah, drinking really helps fix that for me. Yeah. I was actually reading up like what are the symptoms like of alcohol, what alcohol poisoning can do to you, and yeah, that really changed my whole perspective. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you are pretty concerned about your health and your career, right? That is why you are here today.
Yes, yes. So like I told you, I was when I was drinking, yeah, the next day I would have pretty bad hangovers, and it was like really bad. I could feel it in my stomach, and my head would hurt all the time, and the whole day would get wasted. I would get nothing done, even if I had like let's say I have classes tomorrow, right? So I would miss all my classes, and
Mm-hmm.
that really impacted my academic, studies as well, and yeah, and that's why it was like really bad for me. Yeah.
You are concerned about your academics, career, health, and you know this is an issue, and you don't have any relationship problem with your families, right? And I'm, and I know, and it seems like you already know all your coping strategies and what you can do instead of drinking. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
that's true. I'll share this incident with you. I was actually reading up like the symptoms,
Mm-hmm.
where everyone knows that alcohol is bad for your liver and stuff like that, but I wanted to go deep into it and research about what's wrong, how does it impact my body. Even with edibles and stuff like weed edibles, I wanted to know about how, what organ is it affecting, right? So the goal behind all of this for me was to, trick my mind into thinking that all these things are very bad for you, right? Because I have a I have like my whole life planned out in front of me. I want to be able to, go when I'm old. I want to be able to live a healthy and a fit life. And when I read about all these bad symptoms that can occur to you, just because you're drinking, that was really bad for me, and that really tripled my guilt, you can say. And that was the thing that actually motivated me to talk to my brother about this, that I'm really concerned about my health. I'm really concerned about my academic life. This has become sorry, about my professional life, and this is becoming really a big issue. Like, what do I do about this? And I this my body, and I was like, okay, this can't go on any longer, and that's why I talked to him about it.
Happy to hear that you are like researching about all the side effects of it and you are pretty motivated and serious about your health condition. Yeah,
Mm.
and you are working on it. I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.